What's up, everybody? Yes, I am back, man. You guys already know what time it is with this cat right here. I don't talk about it, I stay about it. I stay pulling up day in, day out. Rain or shine, baby, I'm gonna get mine. Well, anyways, people, yesterday I spoke a little bit about insulin, and I'll get into more detail about that. But first and foremost, I gotta send a wheela out to the YouTube Yarda. Hey, keep in mind, people, man, I'm being comical about this stuff, okay? Because really, I find it therapeutical for me. Let's just put it that way, okay? So I'm rolling with my audience, man. This is what my audience wants, so this is what I'm gonna give them. You know, I know there's some Mashika warriors out here that want to contest it. You know what I mean? Really, come on, man, people. I live that life. I know what it's like. I make humor of it now because I live out here. And don't ever for once ever think that I'm trying to clown the homies behind them walls, because no, I show nothing but love and support for the homies back there doing their thing. You know, like I said, back in my day, I did my thing. You know, it's a thing of the past. This is the real challenge right here in the real world, people. You know what I mean? And for those of you that are trying to live then that world from behind them walls out here, it just doesn't work, people. Trust me, you're setting yourself up for failure. You know, what goes on behind them walls should stay behind them walls. You know. But anyways, people, yeah, keep in mind this cat likes to ramble on a lot, and that's what I'm probably gonna do on this video and the many more to come. You know what I mean? I be jumping around all over the place, baby. I be bouncing around everywhere. Well, anyways, people, remember, once again, for you guys that are just now subscribing to my channel and just now viewing, I am a full-time online fitness coach. So be aware of that. I will always speak about nutrition and fitness at the beginning of my videos, and then I usually end with the story. And that's the twist. That's why I say I am a fitness channel with the twist, and that's where that comes in. So I constantly have to come on here and remind people, because these new cats that come on here and they want to start wolfing and talking out the side of their neck. Before you wolf, you know what I mean? You shouldn't be wolfing on anybody. You know what I mean? Give that man that respect. You know what I mean? To get on the horn and, you know, let him know. You know what I'm saying? But it really ain't that serious. You know what I mean? So like I said, I just laugh about this stuff. But first and foremost, man, I got to give a shout out to all my channel members. Just love and respect you guys, man. I really appreciate you guys. And like I've said, you guys are more than likely will be my moderators once I reach that 10,000 mark. Because at the 10,000 mark of my subscribers, I will start doing lives. And my lives, I will interact with everybody. I'm non-biased. I accept all. You come with respect, you get respect. And got to give a shout out to my subscribers as well, too. My subscribers and everybody that's been interacting here on my channel, man. I really appreciate you guys, man. If it weren't for you guys, I probably would, I would keep doing it, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't be where I'm at today, you know, so I'm very grateful for that, you know. But yeah, I did ramble on. If you want to get started on your fitness journey, you could shoot me a DM. Shoot me a DM on my Instagram. My Instagram is actually High Power Fitness, high_power_fitness_. You could shoot me a DM there, leave me a message. I'll accept it, and we'll hop on the horn and chop it up and go over your fitness goals, and I'll help you get them results that you've been chasing after time. If you need some type of reassurance of who I am, you know, I have credentials right there on my Instagram. Like I said, I got over 2 years of material. I got testimonials from team members. I have testimonials from just civilians, you know, people that have helped out on the strength. I actually got some meals too, if you guys are interested in getting started to get you some basic results just to get you going. Hey, run them in. They work. You know what I mean? Those are meals that I eat on the daily. You know, I change them up. You know what I'm saying? And but anyways, people, if you're really serious about this, man, you can shoot me that DM. Go to my Instagram, High Power Fitness, or you could email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. There ain't nothing to it but to do it, people. The hardest thing about my program is, you know, putting your ego and pride to the side and reaching out and finally admitting that you need that help to becoming that best version of yourself. You know, take a look at yourself in the mirror. Be honest with yourself, man. Have you achieved those goals that you've been chasing after year? I'm referring to your fitness goals. I mean, if you want to set goals in life, that's that would be mandatory. You know what I mean? That's the best thing. That's what I've done for myself. And that's why I'm a full-time online fitness coach. This is what I do for a living. I retired from truck driving. I was a full-time truck driver. I still have my commercial driver's license with all of my endorsements. No, my bad. I dropped my hazmat. And the reason is because the feds look into that when you have that hazmat. You know, they came up with the law, you know, back in the day. So I had to let it go because I didn't need them cats looking into my background more than my background's been looked into already. You know, that's it, man. That's a thing of the past. But anyways, yes, I did ramble on as usual. And yesterday, I did speak about insulin. So before I go on to what I need to speak about the YouTube Yarda and shoot them that huila, and it's going to be a verbal. You know what I mean? And I'll explain to you what that verbal is because you got hot huilas and you got verbals, and some huilas hold more weight than others. Let's just put it that. I'll break it down to you guys. Well, anyways, man, I spoke to you guys yesterday about insulin. Insulin is a hormone that helps your body use glucose for energy. And when you eat carbohydrates, your body breaks them down into glucose. Insulin then helps the glucose into your cells where it can be used for energy or stored for later use. Okay, now keep in mind, running a ketogenic diet, which is a low-carb, high-fat diet that can help you lose weight and improve your health. When you follow a ketogenic diet, your body produces more ketones, which are molecules that can be used for energy instead of glucose. Okay, this can help to lower your blood sugar levels and improve your insulin sensitivity. Now, with that being said, and you're ready to level up and start being the person your family will be proud of, then DM me at High Power Fitness, high_power_fitness_, or you could email me at highpowerfitness.com at yahoo.com. And I'll get you started, man. Just like that. As simple as that. You know, real quick, man. Look, I'm going to give you real quick. On a 3-month program, man, I'm going to educate you, teach you about nutrition, teach you about health, fitness, and provide you with tools that you can survive on a daily. And what I mean on a daily, you apply this to your daily life, and you will be able to become fit and enjoy life better and stay here longer for your loved ones, man. If you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for the people that depend on you. You know what I mean? They look up to you. Could you imagine how much more they would be proud of you when you change your life around and you put that bottle down or whatever extracurricular activities you involve yourselves in? I'm not saying that you guys do, because an extra curricular activity could be eating. Like me with junk food, you know what I'm saying? I had to shake that shit, man, because I love junk, man. I'm guilty of that. And when I go on my trips, I take little teaser tastes of here and there, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. And the only reason why I do that is because I'm really disciplined. And I try not to find places that are too accessible to me because, you know, everything at convenience, it makes it so easy, man, to relapse. You know, and me, you know, it's just like me with being an ex-dolphin. You know what I'm saying? Man, I ain't gonna set myself for disappointment, and that goes with drinking. I was a big-time alcoholic. You know, so yeah, I'll stick to a mocktail. You know, but like I said, it's been years, man. I've been clean now for what, going on, I don't know, what, anywhere from 12 to 14 years, something like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's including with the time that I did, because, you know, anytime I get torcido, I don't indulge with nothing. I don't play in funny games, you know what I mean? I like to be well aware of what's going on and take note of everything and everybody that is behaving in the manner that they're behaving, you know. But anyways, people, yeah, with that being said, man, like I said, let's get this channel up to 10,000 subscribers. That way I can start doing them lives. Hit the like and subscribe button, put your notification bell and all. Make sure you share this channel, man. Hey, I appreciate every last one of you that's here supporting me. Everyone that takes the time to deal with my rambling on. And like I've said, man, I'm always going to start with nutrition, people. It's very rare that I'll skip nutrition unless it's something that I really had to address, which was the other day, and you guys already know, and I'm not going to give that guy's name any more recognition. He done more damage to himself than anything, you know what I mean? And It is what it is. So anyways, let's get to the YouTube Yarda, man, because what I've been noticing, I've gotten a lot of new subscribers. I believe they're subscribers, or they're just people on there commenting, but they want to play this role of a warrior. You know what I mean? This isn't the place for that, people. I'm just telling you, and I'm keeping it real with you. You know what I mean? You can speculate all you want, do the homework all you want, but all that research and speculating that you do out here is for the birds. It has no weight behind it. What good is it? I mean, if you're really then one of them persons, hey, take action. Do what you got to do. You know, don't try to reel in other people to jump on that boat ride with you. You know what I mean? Because all you do is make yourself look bad. Yeah, I understand you guys got your few little group. I don't know what kind of group it is. I like to say, you know what? I'm going to keep it real and 100% with you, man. It kind of reminds me of when I was doing time behind them walls. You know what I mean? SNY, you know, and that's all they had was SNY. I'm not familiar with any of these new yards. I don't understand that shit, and I don't care to understand that shit. Integrated 50-50 or participate. I don't know. They got all kinds of fucking names for that. I don't know. I'm cool with that, man. You know what I mean? But anyways, like I've said in the past, you know what I mean? The gente from that other side of that fence, man, they used to disrespect us. And, you know, being the way I was educated, we were supposed to ignore them, man. And, you know, we went through a lot of shit with that, you know. And for a person that follows the reglas, and I did, I never went against the grain. I paroled in good standings, and I will go out in good standings, because that's who I am. You know what I mean? I have a reputation that I'm gonna hold until even when I'm gone, baby. I'm gonna come back and hunt you motherfuckers that were out there doing that shit. Just believe, man. I'll be right back out. When you hear that crazy ass noise when you're out there hitting that pookie, that's gonna be me for all that shit that you were woofing here. You know what I mean? But anyways, people, I'm just bullshitting, man. Who knows? You just never know. But anyways, people, yeah, I do ramble on. This is what I do. But yeah, the SNY, the people from that other Yarda, I guarantee that it wasn't the piece of shits that were spitting and calling us out of our names. It was homies that were probably done dirty, pencil whipped, had bad debts, ran on debts, you know what I mean? Caught dope debts and shit like that. You know, that's more than likely what they are, you know what I mean? It doesn't, I mean, depending on the individual, would label them as a piece of shit. As far as myself, you know, I can't do that, you know what I mean? Because to me, a piece of shit are them people that hold them, you know, them really bad charges. And I don't even like to mention them here on YouTube, man. You guys know, you know, the people that violate women and children, you know what I mean? Yeah, tallying is bad just as well in my thing, you know, that's all bad, you know what I'm saying? Those three, it's almost like a jailhouse thief, man. You know, a jailhouse thief is just like fucking being a fucking snitch. You know, I could give you guys a story on that. This individual was actually related to somebody, you know, and this vato, I guess he thought he was gonna get some kind of leniency. That fool got smashed the motherfucker out, boy. And he was this individual was known in the system, but you know, shit happens. You know what I mean? You could pull motherfuckers covers, despite of who they're related to. You know, what is right and what is wrong. And you know, at the end of the day, if it needs to be addressed, you know, you go and present yourself, or whoever was making that call, you know, you're more than likely to get cleared up, because you know that's a no-no. You know what I mean? Being a jailhouse thief, man. That's I mean, in my eyes, that's like one of the worst things, man. Why are you gonna steal from other gente that's going through a struggle? You know what I mean? I mean, you shouldn't be stealing from anybody. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the way I was brought up. I mean, there's a difference between stealing and robbing. You know, back in the day, that was me, you know. But anyways, that's here nor there. Those cases are all done and over with. And yeah, it is what it is, man. But yeah, back to the YouTube Yarda, man. You people that think you're gonna come on here and start politicking and all that shit, you know, because when I do my lives, there's not gonna be no politicking. That's gonna be a no-no. You know what I mean? What goes on behind them walls stays behind them walls. If I could elaborate on certain things that you may want to question on, if I could do it in a respectful way and something that's not gonna interfere with any of the homies the individuals that are still living that life back there, I'll address it. But more than likely, it's gonna be very, very limited, because I don't even like using labels that these guys like to label people with. You know, I had an individual come at me a little foul, and I looked at his profile and I said, Jesus Christ, look at this funny bunny. He's probably never been nowhere in his life, and he's over here using these terms and all that. You know, I don't even like to use them. You feel me? It's just, it's not the way I was raised. You know, if those titles have a definition to them, you know, it's not something just to label someone as. You know, every one of those titles is earned. You know, I could tell you one title that I will use right here: residents, man. Residents. There's some turned up residents, but that doesn't mean that they're yeah, they may fall underneath the same umbrella, but I wouldn't label them as that next level. You know what I mean? Homies from the hood, from any hood, okay, they could carry that status of that level, and I'm not going to say what it is, because if you guys know, you know. All right, but yeah, so let's once we get started on this YouTube lives and stuff, man, let's be professional about it, because like I said, if you start talking smack and name dropping and stuff like that, I won't tolerate that. Okay, and I'm gonna bring that to my moderator's attention too. You know what I mean? Whack them. I mean, it's just to remove you. You know what I mean? If you want to build another profile, which I believe a lot of you cats do, so be it. Build another profile. That's another subscriber for me. And for those of you that are thinking that I'm in this for the clicks and the views and all that, this isn't my, it doesn't do any good for me. Okay, I'm gonna bring it to your attention again. This is an avenue for me where I could promote my online fitness. Okay, that I'm a full-time online fitness coach. Yeah, it's cool to see that my views and all that stuff have gone up. Hey, man, I appreciate that. And like I said, if YouTube's gonna break me off, hey, why wouldn't I take it? I'd be a fool not to accept it, right? All money's good money, baby. You know what I mean? Just like when the homies used to ask me when I was younger, they would ask me, hey, what's up, little homito? What you doing out here in the weight pile today? Shit, I'm just trying to walk around here and pick up all the change that you guys are dropping, man. I see you guys getting all the big feria. I'm just picking up the change. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. That's a little bit of prison lingo for you. More than likely, you cats probably don't know unless you come from my time. You know what I mean? They call it getting your money when you're getting, you know, putting in that work. You know what I'm saying? I was just a youngster, but I was a beast. So, all bullshit aside, man, I was a beast. I was a knucklehead in the joint. But anyways, that's here nor there. People, if you know, you know. But anyways, people, again, I repeated myself twice. I heard myself. If you want to get started on that fitness journey, man, shoot me that DM. High Power Fitness, high_power_fitness_, or you could email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com, man. I will get you started on becoming that best version of yourself. And there's really nothing to it, man. You know what I mean? Once I provide you with that blueprint, it's smooth sailing. It's as easy as counting from 1 to 3. If you could do that, then my program is for you. I'll set you up, get you going, work with you on financing, you know what I'm saying, and get you dialed in. Now, with that being said, people, I'm curious what's going on down the street from the pad, but as you guys could hear, the ghetto bird is up there flying around. I might have to go find out. Inquiring minds want to know. Don't we all? And for those of you that are on social media trying to inquire about other things, you guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Stop bashing other people that are out here putting content up, man. Because like I said, my channel is, like I said, I use it as an avenue, but it's entertainment for me, and it's also therapeutical for me. You know, I find humor in a lot of the stuff, the way people come at me, and I laugh about it. Especially that last video I just dropped, the dictatorship. I thought that was funny. I thought I should touch on that. No, man, you guys really think like me, Dubs, and Gunner, we got a like we're vecinos or something. They don't live nowhere close by me. I come from the San Gabriel Valley, baby. I've already told you. I come from where you get your hand shook and your money took. You guys already know, man. Come on now. Stop wolfing. You know what I mean? Just accept what it is. You know what I mean? You got an older cat on here pushing his content. Don't bash, man. Support the next man, regardless of what color he is. You know what I mean? If he's pushing a good vibe, why ain't you rocking with him? Because if you don't want to push that vibe, hey, you know what you got to do, man? Go shake some trees around you and see how many fruits fall off. And then when you catch a case, you could go back there and play the real reindeer games where shit counts. Because everything out here on social media that you guys be doing doesn't count for nada. Well, anyways, people, with that being said, this video's been way too long. I didn't realize how long it is. It's been on there for about close to 21 minutes now, baby. Anyways, remember to hit the like and subscribe button, put your notification bell on all. Let's share this channel. 10,000 subscribers. I will start doing lives. And it will become activo. Just keep it professional, people. Because like I said, there's no chequeadas. It's all about removals. Now, with that being said, get up and get yours.